one of the scariest games of all time is the Outlast franchise. Outlast is absolutely terrifying in a number of ways. What's interesting to me about Outlast is I really want to see an Outlast 3. That's just, I want to see Outlast 3 come out. Obviously, we have the Outlast Trials, which I think are great, by the way. And what's interesting is that Red Barrels has kind of taken this approach of like a live service Outlast title, and that's what the Outlast Trials are really becoming. Outlast 3, guys, is currently is not a currently released game, obviously. While it was initially announced as a future project, Red Barrels decided to focus on developing the Outlast Trials first. The Outlast Trials is a separate game set in the Outlast universe and was released on March 5th, 2024. Outlast 3 is still planned, but it will be developed after the Outlast Trials receives its planned content updates. So initial announcement, Outlast 3 was announced as a future project with no release date in mind. Red Barrel shifted their focus to the Outlast Trials as a separate project. And look, Red Barrels has stated that they plan to return Outlast 3 after they have completed the planned updates for the Outlast Trials. So when that could be is really, really tricky. I think that Outlast 2 is one of the scariest horror games ever made. I believe that. I think that what makes Outlast so great is having a horror game where you don't have a weapon, you have nothing to defend yourself, and you're hiding and you're trying to figure out ways to escape and things of that nature. And the Outlast Trials definitely does this as well. But I felt like Outlast 2 was the game, was like sheer terror. Reminds me kind of like Alien Isolation. I thought Alien Isolation was terrifying. I would love to see an Alien Isolation 2, like a sequel to this. And maybe we'll be getting it at some point. I would love to see that, especially with all like Alien Earth and Alien Romulus and all these other, the alien universe as a whole. I would love to see that. But Outlast, guys, is a special title. Will we ever see an Outlast 3? I believe we will. They really have a lot of stuff planned, though. It sounds like with Outlast Trials, they've been releasing content updates, and it's awesome. I love that it's like this live service horror title. I mean, that's really cool. It's a great concept, but I would really love to see them do like Outlast 3. Kind of go back to, a sequel or whatever you want to call it to Outlast 2. Because I think that Outlast 2, what they were building from Outlast 1 to Outlast 2, completely unnerving, terrifying. The Outlast Trials certainly has a lot of scares, a lot of those things. But like I said, they're making that their live service title. So now let's move into, or go back to, kind of that continuation from Outlast 2 with Outlast 3. I think that could be something really special. And like I said, games like Outlast, what make them so unique is just the fact that you can't defend yourself. I love this concept, and it's like, being tactical. You have a story, you have all these different things that you're learning about this world while you are terrified to even, jump out of that haystack, or whatever, whatever it is that you're doing. There's something to be said about the way that Red Barrels has constructed the Outlast games up to this point. And like I said, I don't have anything really negative to say about the Outlast Trials. I love that it exists within this universe. And I think that, as we move forward, the Outlast Trials more than likely will continue to be a live service horror game, which I think is great. But I would love to see them go back to, doing Outlast 3, continuation from Outlast 2. I think it could be something really, really special. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about Outlast and where Outlast 3 is at this point. When do you guys think that we could expect Outlast 3 to come out? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about it in the comment section down below, and let us know your thoughts.